Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. How's it going? Welcome to me and Tarot Card Poker Banjo's weekly tarot card reading and drawing. I've got all of my pencils and pens in this clear bag. That guess where I got from? Kimmy, my sister Kimmy. She had two. I said, "Oh my gosh, can I have one?" She said, "Yeah." Very convenient. Anyway, how you all doing? Benjo got his puff treat, his puff pastry dog treat. I guess you can call it a puff pastry. I don't know why not. Anyway, welcome. How y'all doing? Y'all doing great? That's good. I'm looking at my makeup right now. So this is interesting. I'm very moisturized. It's humid outside because it's been raining, and I feel I'm just as humid. Moisture in the air content. Anyway, welcome. I've got my pumpkin spice candle going. I'm halfway through. Sorry, pumpkin pecan waffles candle going. About more than halfway through. Less than half a tank on my pumpkin pecan waffles. Anyway, I've been doing the Dragon Tarot for my personal tarot all week. So I said, might as well just do the Dragon Tarot. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. What's it, April? I got a Fiesta pin. I saw it at this one store that was downtown, and now they have a second location in Human Oaks. If you're from San Antonio, if you're not from San Antonio, then I guess maybe you don't care. But it's almost Fiesta season, Fiesta time, which is just like a holiday if you're in San Antonio. Um, but they had this pin there. I got this pin a while ago. It's oh, you know what it is? It's by SA Flavor. I didn't get it from the SA Flavor store. It's by SA Flavor. Anyway, it's just a fruit cup. It's got silver. I feel like I'm much it. I almost wore it today for the video, but I didn't want to put holes in this shirt. Even though it looks really nice, don't I do that? Anyway. And my Fiesta pen. My mom and my sister Tracy have tons of Fiesta pens. I just have the one. Anyway. Yeah, welcome. I'm happy in April, beginning of April. Here we are. Here I am. Here y'all are. You know, Benjo's right down here and still enjoying his puff pastry. Being a good puppy. I got him some peanut butter this morning, so he might be having some peanut butter later on. Anyway, let's go. What's going on with me and Benjo? I'm trying to think of a theme of maybe we can center our tarot card reading around, but I can't really think of a theme right now. I should have thought about it before. Didn't. Well, I guess we can go ahead and get started. If that's all there is, I guess maybe we can just do the tried and true, flipping a card and going from there. So I think we should do the 7-card spread. Maybe we should do the Crow Tarot spread. Even though I can't remember if we did that last week or not. I think we'll just go ahead and do the Crow Tarot. I think it's like 1 or 2 cards more. Instead of the cat stretch horseshoe 7-card spread, which has the influences. We're going to do the Crow Tarot spread, which has the hopes and fears and grounding and stabilizing energy. I think that'll be better. Do you want to cut the deck? Do you want to say send any vibes or anything? Okay. Two of Swords. Indecision. I've recently acquired a new meaning to this Two of Swords, which means indecision. Here with this Dragon Tarot, it could be kind of like a stalemate, a measuring of the pros and cons of two different choices. But it can also, even though it is the air element, I think it could also mean like maybe you can't choose between two things that you really like. So maybe there's this could indicate you're forced to choose between two things that you really don't want to choose from. You're like, but I like both of these things. How am I supposed to choose between the two? I'm thinking maybe that's what this card can represent. Also, kind of a more positive indecision. So yeah, this is interesting for our theme. And I'm a Gemini, which is the two twins. So I really don't mind the 2 number. And again, as far as an overshadowing theme, I think we can say that maybe this is a very positive, kind of blessed to have 2 things that we like and we don't want to give up. And we're just gonna be swords in air and find a way to have both of what we want, since we can't make a choice between the 2. Okay. I'm going to put the beak this way because I have my cup of coffee over this. I wonder if it's better in the camera anyway. Alright, Benjo. We're going to say that you gave us the 2 of Swords today, okay? Okay. He looks at me so sweetly. He's such a sweet puppy. Just eager to listen to what I'm saying to him. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and get started. A very interesting heart energy today. Disillusionment if you rely on the commitment of others. It's a Five of Cups. And a very interesting imagery here. This dragon seems to be very prepared. This water element dragon seems to be very prepared to, dare I say, preemptive of this, relying on the commitments of others. This little dragon's ready to be self-sufficient, independent, self-sustaining. A little water element dragon there. And this is the thing about Dragon Tarot, is that sometimes these the meanings for these cards are just kind of like not happy-go-lucky. There's not necessarily this. This is kind of a straightforward. This isn't a, I want to do my tarot card reading so I can have a fun activity and feel better about myself situation. This is it's Dragon Tarot, and dealing with, I guess, adult problems, mature situations, and not necessarily this everything's pleasant all the time situation. But as far as our heart energy being this Five of Cups, I think this is very interesting. The glass half full could be this choice and decision and sensitivity and empathy of not putting any sort of constraints or restraints, or I guess what I'm trying to get at is the opposite of the Empress card. If I've been a tarot card reader for a while, recently you might have noticed that I'm really gravitating away from the Empress card. So I would say this disillusionment, if you rely on the commitment of others, it's not putting any sort of burdens on others, and not thinking that others owe you anything. So I think as far as this being the heart energy, I would say it's very positive, even though it kind of sounds like maybe it's not a good situation, or maybe it's not like a heart energy situation. I think this might be our permanent heart energy. If I were to venture a guess, and that this disillusionment, if you rely on the commitment of others, it's just your perspective is important, and maybe somebody else's perspective is not a perspective that serves you, type situation and energy going on. And it's a very pleasant imagery. It's just this dragon swimming, so unbothered. Okay, let's just see our present as a platform for the future. The Lover's card. This is great. I like this imagery. This pink and purple, I think, are interesting colors, and obviously these dragons together with their hearts is really cute and sweet. The Lovers, I think, is a water element in the Crow Tarot. Here in the Dragon Tarot, there's no elements with the Major Arcana decks. Intensity in relationships. All love is in a state of a constant evolution. This is great. It kind of goes with the theme of what I just said with this heart energy. As far as so like the lovers, I think that's really I think 99.999% of the time this card refers to like a romantic relationship. I think sometimes this can maybe if you don't happen to be in a relationship, you're like, why am I getting this card? Well, maybe you're gonna be in a relationship. But anyway, um, I think this is really great. Next to this card, I think yeah, this burdens and stuff, and is probably here with the Lovers card. If there was a situation where you need to burden uh, 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 your burdens on somebody else or whatever, um, it would probably be here in the Lovers card, which I think is interesting. Um, and could signify that maybe you and your partner are the same way. Um, oh, and there's the Gemini symbol. Anyway, um, yeah, love is in a constant state of evolution. I guess that can also help with this Five of Cups, this disillusionment if you rely on the commitments of others. Things change, the environment changes, people change, and not saying like, oh, you broke your promise, and treating somebody a different way because the situation or they have changed is wrong and not right to do, and definitely not accepting of your friend or whatever. So I would say these are two very positive cards, and I would say mature too. Let's see some advice or something that's holding us back. The Queen of Cups. This is very interesting. She's got a frog with her. How cute, right? I'm gonna have to read what the Queen of Cups is. I think an emotionally mature female. An emotionally sensitive woman. And this Dragon Tarot, I think, is really interesting considering the King and Queen, the male and female dynamic going on here. In some of the suits in this water suit, the cup suit, and I think the coin suit. Swords. Okay, so I guess in all the suits, but in the cups suit definitely is the a queen and knight have the same as the male and female aspect. This I guess you can say a solar and lunar aspect. The a knight of cups is emotionally sensitive man, and the Queen of Cups is an emotionally sensitive woman. Um, the Queen of, which is, I guess, kind of what I've stated, right? The King of Cups is an emotionally mature man capable of giving and receiving love. I think it's interesting that we get the Queen today for our advice, since I don't think she's holding us back any. Um, but she does look rather observant. So this emotionally sensitive woman, I think, is maybe a bit kind of the queen stature. I think is she's maybe this advice is probably a really great card to get for this advice card position. I think the Queen may indicate here in this Dragon Tarot that since she's so observant and sensitive to, I guess, the nuances of what can be complicated relationships or whatever, um, emotions. She's here to kind of, I guess, notice the details, and the details being emotions, and I guess give advice. And so the Queen, maybe matching the Knight. It's interesting we get the Queen and not the Knight, I guess I should say. The Knight is usually genderless, without gender specified. But here in the Dragon Tarot, I think it's we either get the Knight or the Queen as the similar definitions. So the Knight is obviously this kind of a fighter mentality, but I think the Queen kind of has a bit of a different mentality than the fighter. So I think we're going to get some really good advice. With our water element, emotionally speaking. So I guess wherever we have a lot of emotions, we can have a lot of emotions in communication, logic, and debate, which is the air element. We can have a lot of emotions, obviously, in the water element, the dreams and loves, but we seem to be really solid with our water element here. So I'm thinking we might have this Queen of Cups might be helping us with our either air, fire, or coin, pentacle elements here. Yeah, so let's see our hopes and fears. A Knight of Coins. Very interesting. A little green dragon. And mushrooms, a shield, and I'm not really too sure what that is. I guess it's another shield. I don't know if it's a helmet or not. Reversed. I think it's a man who wants to develop the work side of his life. I'm going to double check. Yep, it's exactly that. So I would say this is our hopes. Here in the Dragon Tarot, the coins, it's coins for a reason and not pentacles, but I kind of like to interchange it sometimes. Coins is a business. That's it, just a business slash career. But if your career maybe is like a little bit more, you're like a creative or whatever, this is probably might be real. This Dragon Tarot deck might be really helpful for you. But anyway, our hopes is wanting to get a man, and I guess you could say your solar self, not your shadow or lunar self, your solar self. Wanting to develop the work side of your life. So that's good. Feeling rather productive in our hopes. Let's see our grounding energy. The Five of Wands. Again, we get some little animal companions. How nice. The Five of Wands is a challenge, but for others. So this is very interesting for our grounding energy. And how I see this card, a challenge, but for others. The others are here, like in this little city area or whatever, cityscape. And this dragon is over here chilling and relaxing with these two companions. I'm going to double check and make sure. I'm not feeling too confident. I think that's what it is, but I'm just going to double check. Oh, challenge for others. Hold fast to your resolve. I got half of it. Which is great. I guess it means that you've figured out your stuff, which I think is interesting. Again, this grounding is the fire, which is travel, spirituality, ideas, innovation, which kind of overlaps with the water with this creativity kind of situation. Um, so I'm wondering if maybe we're going above and beyond this week. We have this hopes of expanding our work and career life. For our hopes, we have this really balanced Five of Cups, not putting any sort of burdens or restraints in the form of expectations and judgment on others, right? And especially in the end result is that we're very self-sufficient and self-sustaining and independent. And it's really nice that we have this Lover's card right here. Um, so very, very positive. This Queen of Cups has the advice, and so if there's some a challenge for others, I guess this Queen of Cups is here for the advice, and also this grounding in fire. Fire is also movement and stuff. So this kind of I think this helping others is probably something that we're going to be doing with this tarot card reading. Um, yeah, so let's see our past. The Page of Wands reversed. Very interesting. So this Page of Wands is learning and traveling, I think. Let me double check. Again, let me double check. Yeah, learning and traveling. I'm like literally getting all of these word for word here. I'm still proud of myself as your tarot card reader. Pat on the back. But anyway, it is reversed today, so I guess there's some sort of question about it, which might be why there's some sort of challenge here, maybe for others. Usually, as your tarot card reader, I don't like the pages, at all. It's really easy for me not to like the Page of Coins, and cups and air. But here in this Dragon Tarot, this learning and traveling, I kind of think this might be a mixed bag. There might be, as your tarot card reader, this page could indicate there's maybe some people who fit the page of what most tarot card decks indicate for upright pages, which is kind of this position of a learning and stuff like that. And but if I'm, like I said, if I've been your tarot card reader for a while, the pages usually indicate somebody that's not trying to learn anything. The exact opposite, actually. They're in a position where they're kind of elevated, and in the sense that they're allowed to, not allowed, but they have the ability to make any mistakes, whether they're innocent mistakes or purposefully made mistakes, and have zero consequences or responsibility for them, and therefore pass that on to somebody else. Um, and I really don't like the pages, but here in this Page of Wands, I'm really trying to, I really just kind of have a soft spot, because it's got the little book here and the palm trees, ready to stay focused next to those pyramids. So it's reversed, so there might be a question about it. There might be some people trying to learn, and might be for some reason mixed in, lumped in with people who are in fact not trying to learn. So I guess our past is a little bit of there's a problem, which is fine, I guess. This, we have really good advice here, this Queen of Cups. I'm wondering if that's why maybe it's the Queen and not the King. There's no giving and receiving of love. It's just an emotionally sensitive woman who's very observant with her frock. So this coins element, which here in the Dragon Tarot is just strictly business. There's no interconnected water element or anything like that. So I think this is going to be very positive. And if there's something going on with the past, there's kind of maybe misjudgments or again, considering the page, this kind of reward punishment situation going on. I think these are really great cards to get in order to address whatever there might be a question is of the past, which today is represented by the reverse Page of Wands. So our external openings and uninvited energy is the Eight of Swords here. This just seems a bit like this Justice card. We have this indecision here with the balancing, but here we have this a blind, kind of a justice is a blind situation. I'm going to look really quickly what it means because I kind of forgot. Frustration, the need for patience, can't see the way out of a problem. I find this card very interesting. Frustration, the need for patience, can't see a way out of a problem, and the Eight of Swords and also the Ten of Swords is unable to change your environment. What is the Ten of Swords? Unable to have an effect or change influences going around you. The need to just go along with the flow. But anyway, this frustration and unable to see a way out of a problem, I think is very interesting. We have this Eight of Swords on one side and this reverse Page of Wands on the other. Gypsy's gonna just keep barking like that. I hope that's okay with y'all. But yeah, like I said, this we have things like this Five of Cups here, this disillusionment if you rely on the commitment of others. And then you have this with the water and cup element, and then you have this Eight of Swords here. I think this kind of a justice is blind in the Crow Tarot. It's the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. I guess the same as this one, the Dragon Tarot, where this is just kind of like blind situation with the air element, which is interesting because the eyes can represent justice is blind, and also knowledge and illumination is something that the eyes can represent. So I just think this external openings and uninvited energy is very interesting. This Eight of Swords here could be there just in case that there's uninvited energy, and maybe just to have it stay that way, just to stay out. You are not invited, says the Eight of Swords, which may indicate this Eight of Swords can be we have a lot of help here with our Queen of Cups, our advice in this Eight of Swords upright over here. So yeah, in the swords, the air element, this here in this Dragon Tarot, I think the swords represent a lot of like higher thinking, critical thinking. Okay, this is not this kind of Well, this was really easy to figure out, kind of tic-tac-toe. You've got all the three X's in a row or three O's in a row. This is the swords here in this Dragon Tarot is you have to think a bit more critically and be hold these concepts together. So let's see our future and outcome. The Page of Coins. All right, so our future and outcome, I think, is any questions that we have with our past is going to be revealed in our future. This Page of Coins, you see it's got little eggs reversed. The eggs are broken. Maybe he ate them, I don't know. Wanting to change your line of work or take on more responsibility. I just think that's funny because of the imagery. Did he eat the eggs? I'm very unsatisfied. Wanting to change your line of work. But kind of reminds me in Fiesta, we might have a little Fiesta theme. There's during Fiesta here in San Antonio, Texas. It's literally only celebrated in San Antonio. You go to Austin or somewhere else, it's not really celebrated there. But there's this, you have eggshells and you smash them on people's heads and they're filled with confetti. It's just like a fun thing to do. Then you have confetti in your hair and it's just like everywhere, right? So this is reversed. I'm thinking that maybe this Page of Coins here, it's interesting, the coins, I would say kind of wasting of money. The coins is business. I'm not sure what this reversed coins could mean other than wasted money and wasted opportunity within business. It kind of bottom line kind of equals to the same thing. But this, I'm assuming that this page is, this reverse page, the one maybe that having to do with our past has not changed in the future. But I think that's fine. They're going to be who they're going to be, and we have a really positive spread here. A lot of companionship and a lot of like intelligence. And if there's something in our past that maybe doesn't sit right with us, or there's somebody who is well deserving of this page status, I guess. Maybe had to work even harder in learning and traveling, and because there was this kind of reversed page and immaturity kind of situation going on. This being an adult, but enjoying the benefits of this adolescence type situation where you're just allowed to make all these mistakes and these constant have no consequences or whatever. I would say, considering how strong these are, I think there is probably going to be a lot of consequences. But I guess that's neither here nor there. Well, one can only hope. Anyway, I'll see you all in part 2.